I got a mysterious package to unbox, which arrived just in time to serve as a Halloween gift. And it's quite an exciting one. Also season appropriate, I'm wearing this cool Whitby Abbey shirt that I found during the travels in England. If you're unaware of that, it's not really surprising because YouTube's subscription system doesn't work, essentially. So you might want to catch up if you're seeing this. It's been quite a while since I've designed something myself, and when Landsknecht Emporium offered to make me something custom, I figured might as well. It ended up being fairly difficult to make. This is my messer, which I think sounds better than Khopesh. Not the most original thing to just take two historical designs and slap them together, but I very much like how it turned out. And I went a little bit fancy with the design here, which you'll see in the close-ups. The noggin here is actually shaped like a cobra. There's another snake head on the side here, and then we've got a lion's head. And of course I wanted to make it two-handed. Oh yeah, this turned out awesome. It's definitely a slasher. Well, appropriate for the season. As you probably know, I like the kriegsmesser and I like the Khopesh, so mashing them together was kind of a no-brainer. And I'm very glad that I did. This is really epic. Now, the shape is a little bit exaggerated. Like usually a Khopesh, it doesn't curve quite as much here. It's usually not as much of a pronounced point there, but I like how it looks. In a historical sword fight, this curved corner and point here could be used to hook an enemy weapon. You can also parry with that part quite easily. And this right there at the end is sharpened as well for false edge cuts, like this. Coming around, you could sneak around a shield and hook and pull with that point, or come over top and cut downward like that. Apparently that lion's head was pretty challenging to cast, so I really appreciate all the work they put into it to make this happen. So thank you so much everyone at Landsknecht Emporium. You're awesome. All right, let me show you what's going on here. So first off, we've got the lion's head here for style, obviously. And it doesn't interfere. Like I can choke down pretty far and it's not a problem. And then with the guard, I just went fancy. As you can see there, the cobra head looks really cool. And there's the other snake head. Looks really good blackened. I like the contrast. Now, this ring right here is really more of an aesthetic flourish because the cobra head guard means that I can't actually fit my finger in there. I mean, sort of. I could put the finger over that guard. So that actually works, which is not the most comfortable thing because now the guard is pinched between my two fingers. But it could be done that way. It could be used in the left hand. But then, of course, that guard doesn't do what it's supposed to. Also, this can be used to catch an opponent's blade. So there's some practical value in it, but it's mostly just because I like how it looks. That is more functional. The way the end of the knuckle guard is rolled up here is not just aesthetic, because this way an opponent's blade can't slide down there. Now, if you imagine it hits here, the curve would make it slide down. Now, if it's curved away from the hand, it should roll off that way. But this way it's actually caught. So that's a little bit extra safety. Here as well, if a blade comes in there, it would get stuck by the neck of the snake here, if you will. The blade has a broad fuller at the base, which looks quite nice. And then there's that wicked point. Well, 2 points really. And a curved Khopesh blade, which flares pretty far at the end. And you've got that signature messer construction with the riveted handle scales. So this is kind of a weird hybrid of very different classes, because of course a Khopesh would be for nobility. It's not a commoner's kind of weapon, whereas a messer very much is a commoner's weapon. And I like that. The balance is surprisingly good for a chopping blade of such a wide profile. It does not feel clunky at all. Handling it like this, I would guess It's probably about 1.6 kilograms. Let's see what the scale says. 1.7, okay, I'm 100 grams off, but not too far. So that's quite normal weight for a longsword, or kriegsmesser in this case. It's a little bit shorter. In terms of length from the guard to the point, it's more like a single-handed sword. Although if you were to count the edge length, you know, given that it curves, so there's actually more material. If you stretched it out straight, it would probably be more like a longsword. So again, thank you so much. You guys are epic. I'm super happy with this. It's quite an exciting sword. And I hope you like it too, you folks who are watching this. You can be sure this won't be the last time you're seeing it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and take care, folks.